Good day everyone, and welcome to Exile News, the weekly show that brings you all the important news and informations on Path of Exile. And the first news in this last week before the actual week where the Delve League will be released. Our first news is going to be point light shadows and global illumination. So these two things are graphical improvements. First up is the point light shadows. There's some explanation here, but basically what will happen is that shadows will be calculated much faster, and it should work better on pretty much any hardware. That is why GG is actually going to turn this feature on by default. And the point is that now you'll have much better shadows. So if you run beside a lamp, you'll actually have the shadow of your character running from one side to the other, directional to the lamp. That should be much better. Also, you can get much darker areas, so the new mines where you're going to explore in the Delve League will be absolutely amazing. And you can check the video here because it looks pretty damn good. This also works for skills which emits their proper light, and it's absolutely amazing. There's also going to be global illumination. This one, while improving the game, might be a little bit demanding on the CPU, especially if you have a high screen resolution. This is why the feature will be turned off by default, so you can turn it on if your computer can handle it, and it just makes the game so much better again. So just check the video out, and if you can run the game with these settings, it is going to be incredible. Also, GGG revamped some old skills. So for example, Cleave now has a trail, because GG has been working on trails a lot in their MTXs, and lately they've gone with some great ones. If you just check the latest MTXs, for example. So now they also added a trail to Cleave, which looks much better. Double Strike has a small one as well. Frenzy has a small one. Heavy Strike, to be honest, doesn't look like it's changed at all. And there's also a new Ice Nova. Check the video out again to take a look at it. Ice Nova looks incredible right now. Too bad it's just Ice Nova, but it looks amazing. And Caustic Arrow has changed as well. So if you didn't like the previous style, this one is different and definitely much tighter, if you ask me. So great revamps of all skills, and this is part of the plan for GGG to retain new players, because if a new player comes in the game and sees a shit skill, they just think that all of the game is shit, but it's actually not, as we pretty much know. There's also a new skill that's been revealed, and it's the Herald of Purity. So this Herald, just like other Herald, adds damage, and this time it's physical damage, so this should be pretty good. However, we still don't know how much it adds, so we don't know if it's usable by everyone. But anyway, when you kill an enemy with this Herald on you, you summon a Sentinel of Purity, and these guys appear, and they are kind of ethereal, so they don't work as a mid shield, apparently, from the video, which you can check down here. And they can actually be made stronger by the new Guardian Ascendancies. You can also increase the added physical damage which you get from the Herald. You can increase the effect of the Sentinels of Purity as well as their special abilities. So these are pretty good for the Guardian, and hopefully it will also be useful for non-Guardian skills. Because right now, even if you are a physical build, you're definitely going to use something like the Herald of Ice, or maybe the Herald of Fire. Normally the Herald of Fire if you're physical, so this might actually be an interesting change. We'll see how that goes. Definitely an interesting skill. And also, GGG is introducing a new unique map, which is Doriani's Machinarium, where basically there are 3 paths, kind of like Olmec Sanctum, for example, and you have to do an escort mission for all these passes, and at the end you choose to empower one of the boss's arm with fire, lightning or cold, and if you defeat the boss at the end, you will receive the reward, which will be based upon the options you have chosen. I'm not sure which one is the strongest option. Maybe all cold. Generally cold is stronger. Maybe something else, we still don't know, but what we know is that this map looks pretty good and it's different from other maps, so definitely pretty nice that GGG is going to add all of this crazy stuff. This one has escort missions in it, so it's pretty fitting to the Delve, to be honest, even though Delve is not an escort mission, more like you're being escorted. Also, we got some changes to Zana and the Atlas, and these are pretty interesting. First up, Zana, about the first quests that she offers it when you explore Shaper or Elder Influence, now also offer maps as quest rewards, and the map are the same tiers as the map you just completed. So if it makes the example, you complete a shaped alleyways, so an alleyways with a Shaper influence, which is not shaped, I'm sorry, then you will get a reward of a tier 2 map of your choice between all of the tier 2 maps. So this is actually pretty interesting, and it's pretty good for progressing through the Atlas, which is always pretty hard if you don't participate into the market, especially if you are sole self-found, where you don't really have a choice. Also, there are changes to the Atlas, so there are going to be these new features calling Shaper's Stronghold. And this is a more powerful Shaper influence, so we can expect something interesting happening into the map, and that's going to happen to 4 random yellow maps at the beginning, and then once you complete those, it's going to be 4 random red maps, and if you complete those, after that, there will be a chance every time a Shaper influence goes around or happens or gets created because you made the Elder grow, for example, or you kill the Elder, Shaper influence happens to some map, there is a chance that that map at that point will be a stronghold. And strongholds will yield additional rewards. This makes the example including chisels, sextant, unique items, and amazing, it's including unique items that would normally be restricted to leagues. So if you're doing a Shaper Stronghold, definitely do it with Zana League on it, because that might be incredible for the final drops. Definitely an interesting thing, and definitely really good that GGG is spicing the Atlas up a little bit, so that progressing through it does not feel such a chore as it is right now, because having these small things here and there that just makes it a little bit different is definitely really good, and definitely makes for a better experience overall in the game. And also GGG is introducing instant skills. So until now GGG didn't really have the ability to have truly instant cast skill, and that's because even if they set the cast time to 0, the animation will still have to play, and that was pretty annoying. So for example, if you ever try to use Molten Shell, you will know that it's a pain in the ass because it takes ages to get cast. So now you can just use it straight away while running, you can just get it up, and that goes for auras as well. Convocation, which is amazing. Righteous Fire, still pretty good. It's great for phase run, it's great for other things, so and also Detonate Mines, let's not forget about that, because that's actually really good. It makes the game much more fluid, controls much more tighter. War Cries will also be truly instant if you take the appropriate passive skills. So this is definitely really good. Check out the video here, because it's amazing to see all of these skills be cast while running. This also makes it really good to cast against bosses. And yeah, I'm really happy about this change, especially if you ever tried to use like something like Molten Shell, you will know that you had to put it into a cast when damage taken basically to use it efficiently. Now you can actually press the button itself. It's amazing, I'm really happy about this. And yeah, next Friday is the launch of Delve, so get ready. And that was all for this week, so if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment down below. Also, if you want to remain updated every week, be sure to subscribe to my channel. So that was all, I've been your host Zorzo, and I'll see you guys the next time.